One of the senators who opposed this spending bill was called out by President Trump in a post on Truth Social. The president wrote, "Rand Paul has very little understanding of the big, beautiful bill, especially the tremendous growth that is coming. He loves voting no on everything. He thinks it's good politics, but it's not. The big, beautiful bill is a big winner." So now let's hear from the senator himself. Joining me now is Kentucky Senator Rand Paul. Senator, thanks for being with me here today. First, I'd love to just get your response to the president.
Well, I'm guessing that when I voted no on both impeachments that the president wasn't happy with me loving to vote no. I'm guessing when I voted yes for most every member of his cabinet except for one, he probably wasn't unhappy with that either. What I would say is we have a disagreement, and we can still be friends, and I've told him this too. We can still be friends and have a disagreement. But to put things in perspective, the bill increases spending for the military and for border over $300 billion. The DOGE cuts, which aren't in this bill, were about $200 billion. So this bill actually increases in the first couple of years spending more than all the DOGE cuts combined. Now we're going to do $9 billion. That's very small. It's a rounding error. I'm for it. I think Elon's done a great job. $9 billion is a pittance, but I'm for it. I absolutely am for cutting the $9 billion. But I fear, I fear we might not have the votes to cut the $9 billion. If we don't, I suggest people grab their pitchforks, figuratively, and march on Washington. If Republicans cannot cut $9 billion, we've got a problem with Republicans.
If you don't have the votes for $9 billion, we've got a real problem because we're talking about much bigger problems and bigger numbers. On that note, I want to get you to address the two things we just heard from OMB Director Russ Vought, and one made by the president. First of all, they argue the big, beautiful bill puts in place growth measures that you're not accounting for. I've been around this game for a while. You have as well. I do know that growth is something that every administration counts on to offset their spending. But do you not think the president has a point with deregulation and tax cuts that we could see real growth that actually helps not jack up the deficit as is accounted for?
I actually do, and this is where I think the president and I are talking past each other. I accept the growth arguments. I actually accept that cutting taxes can grow revenue. I believe it happened under Reagan. I believe it happened under the first Trump term, and I supported the tax cuts in the first term. I still support them. I support making them permanent, and I do believe they will bring in more revenue than the CBO projects. My objection to the bill isn't about the tax cuts, and it isn't about those calculations. My objection to the bill is they're going to raise the debt ceiling more than they ever have, $5 trillion, and that this will be the largest increase in the debt ceiling ever. And if the Republicans all vote for it, the Republicans will own the debt. They will lose their high moral ground. We will no longer be the party that can say, look at the Democrats. They're the ones, foisting the debt on our country. We're drowning in a sea of debt caused by Democrats, which has largely been true. But I think now if they vote for this, so if they separate out the debt ceiling, I could be for the bill.
Okay. That's fascinating to hear, and I'm glad to hear your argument on both the growth side and the accounting side. You're worried about the debt ceiling and, of course, the lack of DOGE cuts, which we will see if we have the Republican will to institute those things. Senator Paul, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.